Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says the country is doing well dealing with the coronavirus, but he added tourism-related sectors of the economy will be significantly hit because of travel restrictions, both in China and Singapore. Mr. Lee also pointed out the other sectors of the economy that will be affected. Tan Se-hui reports.
Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong had a glimpse of Singapore's first line of defense against the Wuhan coronavirus when he visited the National Centre for Infectious Diseases. He learned about measures taken by the centre, which has more than 330 isolation rooms at its Jalan Tan Tock Seng facility. Mr. Lee said Singapore has done well in terms of identifying cases as well as isolating and treating them. However, he said the number of infections are accelerating in China and will be a major problem for the world for a relatively long time. So far, Mr. Lee said Singapore's travel, F&B and hotel industries are bound to be significantly affected.
I expect the rest of the economy also to be affected because with China in semi-lockdown mode now, the economy is bound to slow down, and our economy is quite tightly engaged with theirs. They are our biggest trading partner. So we are working hard, MTI and the other agencies, on suitable measures to help businesses and help Singaporeans and help the economy see through this crisis period.
Mr. Lee said Singaporeans need to continue to be on guard, with everyone doing their part. Most of Singapore's confirmed cases are warded at the centre, and doctors say all are in stable condition.
On a daily basis, we will test whether or not they are still shedding the virus by looking at the genetic fragment in the respiratory sample. At this point, we are taking all precautions. We are looking at these individuals or this confirmed case who have negative sample, in other words, no more genetic material being excreted from the respiratory sample before we safely discharge them back at home.
In response to a question about a rise in anti-Chinese sentiment and xenophobia, Mr. Lee said that it's not the right approach to take. He said that while it's important to protect ourselves, he said that it's a virus that is not only carried by Chinese people. He emphasized that the virus can affect any human being. Mr. Lee said Singapore has been preparing for such a situation since the SARS outbreak in 2003. But one big difference between then and now is the presence of social media. Rumors are circulating online about the virus, some with the aim to instill fear and uncertainty.
I'm very glad that we have POFMA, and we've acted promptly with them, against them, using POFMA, and we are very diligent in putting out information as quickly as we get it and as quickly as we can verify it, in order to make sure that people know what it is, what is the truth, and what you need to worry about and what you should ignore.
Mr. Lee also thanked healthcare workers at the front lines, saying he had a lot of respect for them. Some had been through the SARS crisis before, while others are dealing with such a situation for the first time.